Hi guys, welcome back to the Daily Dreamer. Thanks for tuning in. Did you guys dream last night? If you did, you should let me know. Leave some comments for me below. Anyways, I did. And guess what? We got a lot to cover. Okay, so we're just going to get started because we know we only got 15 minutes. Okay, the name of this dream is called So Many S's. You'll find out why here in a minute. Okay, so when I first wake up in my dream state, I'm the observer self, okay? And I decide I'm going to automatically, for some reason, jump into my participating self. So now I become the participator. So I see a great big shining sun, and it is just almost blinding. So I go to shield myself from the sun, and I happen to look over and I see beautiful silver sparkling stars. Okay, I look in the distance and I see, guess what? A school. So obviously I know that I'm there to learn. So now I'm in the school. I am seeing students sitting and they're studying. What are they studying? Well, it appears to be, from me looking up at the chalkboard, science, right? But when I look down at their desks, I see that they are diligently working on stencils and trying to keep them within a specific size. All these S's. At this point, I'm catching on that there's S's, and so I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit frustrated, because I feel like if you're not going to tell me what it means directly, I don't want to be there, which is not the right answer, folks. But nonetheless, I decided at that point I was going to leave the school. I thought, forget it. I'm done. So at that point, then I'm awakened consciously. I write down my dream. I do what I gotta do. I come back. I lay down, and what do? We don't focus on words to get back in a dream. We focus on images, and that's what I did. I focused on all those assets. Well, guess what? It brought me right back, which was cool. So where it brought me back was the school, and then I happened to notice that it was around the commune of that fence. If you tuned in yesterday, I have a fence that's very proud to do its job. And the school is in this fenced yard, whatever it is, commune. And so I decide that I'm going to skip school. More S's, right? So I want to jump the fence, and I did. I jumped the fence, and I thought just for a brief moment that something bad was going to happen because I was skipping school. But I thought it was more like, let's go find out what's out there. I don't know, I was curious. And I did. I jumped it, and guess what was there to greet me? A great big swimming pool. Okay, another S. So I see this great big Olympic-sized pool, and then I also see these huge floats on the swimming pool. It's almost as though the pool was built around the floats. The floats were so big, there was only about 2 feet left of the water in the distance, okay? And there's like 2 or 3 of these. Anyways, by my own will, because I wanted to be on one of them, I jump on, and my particular float happened to look just like a Super Mario Kart. We're definitely going to win this race, aren't we, folks? So, all right, for some reason, it seemed like it was taking slow motion, and I waited and I watched the view. I remember the scene, and then suddenly, okay, it floated that 2 feet that I thought was so distant, and I get out and I step onto the thing, and then I see the stairs, and I climb the stairs, and I get up to the door, and guess what? Guess what's there to greet me? A neon flashing light that said, "Stop." That was disappointing. I think I was so disappointed that I instantly yanked myself back to wake up state, because that's what happened. I woke up. So, all right, that was great. So then from there, what do? I go into my meditative writings so that I meditate, and I get these messages as to what these dreams may mean. And guess what came to me? You're going to love this. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Several symptoms of spiritual or self-exhaustion. Right? S's all over the place. Okay. So I'm like, all right, what is this spiritual exhaustion we speak of? And so what comes to me? Tell me several symptoms. I need some symptoms. I need to understand. I need to recognize. Okay. Here are several symptoms. Apparently there's a whole bunch of them, actually, and you can go out there and check them out. You could just punch in and pull up some articles on finding out. So let's continue. Let's go on with a couple of them just to cover some bases to see if you yourself are feeling some of these symptoms, okay? When you have a cold, do you know the symptoms of when you have a cold? Sure you do. You got a runny nose, you got a frog in your throat. Like I sound like I have a frog in my throat all the time. Maybe I'm dealing with my throat chakra. Nonetheless, those are symptoms of a cold. You recognize that. Do you recognize the symptoms of a flu? Sure you do. Your stomach, do you recognize the symptoms of spiritual flu, of spiritual exhaustion, of you? Let's cover some of them. Have your sleeping patterns changed? Do you find yourself more tired? Do you find yourself wanting to sleep a lot? I know my husband's patterns have changed lately. That's one of the signs, okay? How are you finding yourself having to get by on less sleep because of your patterns changing? Yeah, guess what? I had to look this one up afterwards. Did you know that if you sleep every 2 to 3 hours and then you wake up, it's called a triad sleep pattern? You should check that out if you're experiencing that, but that's one of the symptoms. Okay, you know how I told you they always have remedies? Well, this time they came through with just advice. At this point in time, their advice for dealing with these sleep changing patterns is to just deal with it. Unfortunately, it's just something that we have to go through. It's unfortunate, but we'll adjust. We always do. That's what we do because we are human and we are bound and determined. Okay, so continuing on with some of these symptoms of understanding that you're spiritually exhausted. Second one, have you had a sudden flux in emotions lately? Are you crying at the drop of a hat? Are you angry with no provocation whatsoever? Are you overly depressed? Are you overly happy? This is a sign of spiritual exhaustion, okay? Their advice. Let these emotions happen. Let them happen. They're coming to the surface for a reason. But you got to sit with yourself. You have to actually recognize these one by one. You have to try to work through them, okay? Because that's how you begin to heal your self-exhaustion, your spiritual self, okay? And in doing so, then you can bring yourself back to a balanced center. Anyways, let them happen. It's a cleaning of your past, apparently, which is good because, who wants to live in the past? We want to live now. We want to live, okay? And dealing with the past is not going to change it, so you have to sit with it. You have to make amends. So let's do that, folks. I know it's hard, I know, but 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. Okay. They just want you to go ahead and let the emotions happen, okay? They want you to understand that when these emotions happen, when you feel that, overwhelming, that's your heart chakra being activated. It's different from the heart. You know how we say emotions come from the heart? They actually come from your heart chakra. So when you start cleaning out that heart chakra, those emotions, you can start to begin to heal yourself, which is always good because we always got to have remedies, right? And this particular one says sit with yourself. That's your remedy. But their advice going on, okay? They want you to go ahead and take a deep breath when these emotions happen. Take it deep from the belly. They want you to bring it all the way up, all that emotion. They want you to just bring it up, and then when you relax and breathe out, they want you to let those emotions evaporate on their own. They do say, for advice, don't take it out on other folks. Don't be so grumpy to other people. Try to understand that, okay? We need nicer people out there, don't we, people? Okay, so let's go on. They also say, this was great to know, that if you need help in dealing with this, just state your intention to whoever, to your God, to the higher power, to your superconscious, to your whatever. State your intention, ask. Your guides will be there. That's what they're there for. They will help you work through this. So please, by all means, feel free to ask for some help in dealing with this, okay? It's hard for us to deal with things alone, okay? All right, so let's continue on. Okay, and they also want you to be grateful. Be grateful in the fact that if you're finding yourself dealing with these emotions, that they're coming to the surface because they want to be let go. They want to be let go. So be grateful that your body isn't hanging on to them, right? All right, let's get on because I'm at 10 minutes. All right, third, Let's go on. Third. Ooh. Past issues coming up for you, or are you seeing people coming back from your past? Check that one out. You want to know why? Because they're meant to be put in place to help you deal with these emotions that are from the past. So trust that your guides and your teachers are being put in place to help you. Okay, fourth, let's go on. Are you gaining or losing weight? Ooh, that's a big one. Well, they want us to know that sometimes we often gain or lose because there are issues that are coming up that want to be cleared out. Okay, they're coming to the surface. Okay, the good news though is that they want you to know, don't freak out. They want you to go ahead and accept it just as a symptom of where you currently are and what you're dealing with. So that's cool. All right, different food cravings, change in diet, yep. Are your senses amplified? Can you not hear like you used to? Do you have heightened awareness? Yeah, these are the signs, folks. Check it out. Spiritual symptoms, symptoms of spiritual exhaustion. All right, let's go on. Plenty of symptoms. Oh, in order to heal ourselves, they say. Okay, we got to be able to harness our own emotional energies. Oh my God, sit on that for a moment. Harness our own emotional energies. Okay, when we deal with the past stuff and emotion, then we can deal with our emotions in a healthy way. All right? All right, are you feeling like your energies are being misused, misdirected, misguided? I know mine all the time, especially if you've got kids, you're everywhere. Anyways, they want you to sit with yourself. Imagine that, sit with yourself. How many times are we going to discuss that? Sit with yourself, heal your emotions, go through them one by one. Don't rush yourself like I'm rushing this video. You got to sit with yourself, reflect on those emotions, let them come out, because then you can categorize them. Okay, we can learn to harness our emotions and where they can actually benefit us instead of hurting us. We're tired of hurting, folks. All right, guess what? We'll even understand where the source came from. It's got to come from memories of your childhood or your previous lifetime. So these are things that you have to deal with. And if you could deal with them in this reality right now, then spiritual destiny, okay, won't lead you back into another lifetime that's going to cause the same patterns. So if you can figure yourself out in this reality, then by the time you come back in next reality, you will be everything that is amazing and full of abundance and ready to share. And you're going to rock it out because we are amazing. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here because there is just too much on this one. Tune in next time when we talk about a golden little nugget I learned. I know you don't want to miss that one. Anyways, until then, if you enjoy my videos and you like sharing dreams with me, please do me a favor and subscribe, share the page, bring me some dreamers. I want to hear from you, folks. Till next time, blessings and sweet dreams.